Hello friends, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis, where I am journeying through my 40s and I am working so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today we are going to be setting up my July of 2025 budget. And so this is obviously a part of my financial health journey. We are going to be doing that using the Budget by Paycheck book by the Budget Mom. I use this in the small size this year. And I also use stickers, these beautiful stickers by Jennifer Bleacher, who has an Etsy shop and a YouTube channel called Life in Envelopes. I also have some stickers that are just part of a little sticker pack I picked up at Walmart this year, so I can't link those, but I will link both the Budget Mom and the Jennifer's Etsy shop below if you're interested in checking these out for yourself. So, if you are new, welcome. I am super excited that you are here. I hope that you are able to follow along and maybe learn some tips, tricks of how I set up my budget, or if you're just nosy like me and like to watch other people do their budgets, that's cool. Sorry, my puppy just pulled a toy out of his little box of toys to start making lots of noise because it's impossible for me to film a video and him not find its loud chew toy. That is just not allowed in this house. Anyway, sorry. Also, I'm drinking that tea, y'all. I'm so addicted to it. If you are not new, welcome back. Super excited you're here, y'all. It's still June. It's June the 21st, and I'm recording my July budget. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of me. Oh, hang on, we're getting another toy. That one wasn't loud enough. We got to get a squeaky one. Anyway, I always start my budgets on the full calendar page so that we can see what I have going on in the upcoming month. And then I'll go through the full month and show you my weekly breakdowns. So I am paid bi-weekly, but I do my budgets weekly. And I do that just for my own self because I have my variable expenses. I knew it. I knew he was going to get a squeaky toy. Anyway, I do that to limit my own spending, and it just works better for my brain. And I will show you what I mean when we get to the weekly expenses. Baby, did you find Gumby? Yeah? Was he loud enough? Is he loud enough? Y'all, my puppy's adorable. Anyway, I'm glad he's chewing on his chew toys and not on the wires. If you watch my YNAB videos, I do my cash stuffing, my weekly cash stuffing in a digital app called YNAB. And I spent quite a bit of money this last week replacing wires and other things around my house that he has chewed up. He is 6 months old. So he is in the chew everything he can get his teeth around stage of puppyhood. Oh, good. He's eating dinner. That's a good thing. Anyway, so what I have this month is my birthday. So my birthday is July the 10th, and I did take the 10th and 11th off of work. I don't have any plans set in stone. I think I will probably do the tradition that I started last year of like going and getting myself some mochi donuts and then getting like a pedicure or something. But last year I went to Houston and then to New Orleans. I'm not doing that this year. I don't have any plans. The 3rd is month-end close at work, and my bosses will be in Europe, and I actually have 2 members of my team off that day. I didn't realize it was month-end close and my boss was off whenever those vacations got approved. So I'm going to be very, 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 very stressed out that day, like maybe crying. But then I'm off the next day. So I'm obviously off for the 4th of July. So that'll be a nice long weekend, and then the next week is my birthday. I'm off. I'm planning to do an escape room, but I don't know exactly what day I'm going to do it. Probably this Saturday, the 12th, but I have to get with my friends and see what day we're going to do it. We did it for my friend Kay's birthday, which was in May. It was terrifying. We didn't finish it because we were so scared. So we're going to go do it again, but I'm going to try to tone down the scariness level because it was terrifying. And I don't do scary very well, so my brain just kind of like shut off. And we want to try to finish it this time. They said we got about 80% of the way through, so we're going to try it again. Then I have a church camp that I go to every year, which is this last full week of July. So I'm going to arrive there on the 20th, and then I'm going to come home on the 27th. It actually officially starts on the 21st. So it is church camp. I didn't have any church camp stickers, so I just made do with what I had. And then I set myself some goals. I have been really stressed out at work lately, so this is just my like, just breathe, Becky, just breathe. It's all gonna be okay. And then my goals are, I'm gonna zoom you in. Now that we are done looking at the overview, this is as zoomy as I get. I will zoom in more once we get to first week. I'm gonna knock out month-end close. I'm going to rest and have self-care. I'm gonna rock 45. I will be 45 on the 10th. And then I'm going to maintain my weight. I also do physical health vlogs. I post those on Sundays. I have a running vlog through the week. I take y'all with me. I post them on Sunday afternoons. But I don't have any goals to really lose weight for the summertime. I just kind of want to maintain my weight, especially because I will be going to this church camp and it's my birthday. I haven't set any goals for myself to lose weight. If I do, that's fantastic. I'm not going to be doing anything to purposefully gain weight. I just don't want to set myself goals and then get upset at myself if I don't lose weight. So I'm just going to try to maintain my weight for July, probably into August too. So those are the only goals I have for this month. So that's what the calendar pages look like. I just thought these stickers were adorable. I love pastels. These pastel rainbows are gorgeous. And this is a 5-week month for me, so I had to order more stickers because I didn't have a 5-week month sticker pack. So that's what you'll see, 5 weeks of this. So let's get to week 1 and I'll go over my budget. Okay, here we are with week 1 of July, which for me actually starts at the very end of June. So it goes from June 27th to July the 3rd. The reason I'm starting it in June is because I didn't have 5 weeks worth of stickers when I set up my June budget. I was originally planning to make June a 5-week month, so this was going to be June week 5. But I didn't have enough stickers, so I made it mid-July 5-week month because July is my favorite month of the year, so why not make it longer? Because since it's my birthday month. So that's what I'm doing. I don't have a paycheck the first week of July because I am paid every other week. So the only income I will have is the rollover that I will roll over from this previous week, which was this last paycheck that I got yesterday. And I am planning to roll over $950. Y'all, if you only watch these videos, my budget by paycheck setup, I have some catching up to do with you. So I'll make this quick. I know I'm very chatty and I talk a lot, but since this is a 5-week month, I just want to give you a little bit of an update. 1, I got a raise. I did get a raise. It did hit yesterday in my yesterday paycheck. So when we get to week 2 and you see my income, it will be higher than it has been. And I booked myself a cruise. I do have a Caribbean cruise. Now Charlie is going after his brother, my cat, Tyler. I have a Caribbean cruise booked for January. It is on Princess, which is the same cruise line I took the first time I went on a cruise 2.5 years ago. And I'm very excited. It is because I was planning to go on a cruise this year. I had booked it last year, but then I ended up canceling it. Here comes Tyler. I had ended up canceling it, and it would have left 2 weeks ago. And my friends who didn't cancel it... Oh, Tyler is joining us. Tyler, baby, and Charlie. Oh, my goodness, guys. Guys. Anyway. Oh, my goodness. It is a menagerie in my house, apparently. Guys. I'm leaving this in. This is staying in. What are you doing? I know he's torturing you. Is he trying to give you all the kisses? Guys, okay. I'm going to have to pause. Okay. Well, Tyler is still here. You can see him a little bit right here. But anyway, the cruise that I was supposed to go on was 2 weeks ago. And my friends were posting pictures from it and sending messages. And if I had realized when I canceled the cruise, which I canceled it on my birthday trip last year, if I had realized that I was going to be getting a raise, a promotion, and then a raise, I probably would not have canceled the trip. I didn't know that, obviously, but I did cancel it. And I do still think that that was the right decision for me because I ended up having to buy a car and other things have come up. But I decided I can afford a cruise. It's not a Mediterranean cruise. The one that I canceled was a Mediterranean cruise. This one is not a Mediterranean cruise. The price of the cruise itself is about the same, but the airfare will be significantly less because this one that I am going on now, now you're going to have a tail, okay, it leaves out of Fort Lauderdale instead of out of Spain. And it comes back to Fort Lauderdale and not Italy. So, the airfare is going to be slightly cheaper. Anyway, so I did book that cruise. So I got a raise and I booked a cruise. So you will see that in this budget going forward. So back to week 1. My rollover is $9.50. The only bill that I have is my Best Buy card, and that is $40. That's what I'm paying toward Best Buy for right now, till I get my cruise fully paid, which will be, well, I might get it paid before October, but it needs to be paid by October. But I plan to get it paid, funded before October. I put $50 a month toward my mom's utilities. This is for her propane tank. I put $150 toward gifts and giving every month and $150 towards my household expenses. This is for things like laundry detergent and air filters and things like that for the house that are not food that you buy at a grocery store. The total for this section is $390. When I take that from $950, that is $560 to fund the rest of the week. And I have 5 categories that are going to be in every single week. So I'm going to go over them right now, but then going forward, I'm just going to mention them and I won't go over the amounts because they will be the same every single week. And then I have a couple of categories that I only fill once a month, and then I have a couple of categories that only fill on paycheck weeks. So, dining out, I give myself $50 every week. Groceries, I give myself $125 every week. Fun, I now give myself $25 every week. It was $15. I've upped it to $25. Coffee, I give myself $25 every week. Ecclesial expenses, this is my church donation. It is $80 every week, $60 for the actual donation, $20 for a meal if we go out afterwards. And then once a month, at the beginning of every month, I put $40 in a category called stuff I forgot to budget for. And this is, if I go over in another category, I'll pull it from here. Pet expenses, I do have, as you saw, I have a 6-month-old puppy. I have a cat, Tyler, who is about 5. And then I have another dog, Chad, who is about 9. And then I have YouTube expenses. These will be for expenses related to this channel. I don't need a lot. Sometimes I buy pens, sometimes I buy stickers, but I budget $20 a month toward this, and I just fill my category up to $20. I don't put $20 in there, and I think I have $14. There's Lammy. That's the loud one. He found it. I think I have $14 sitting in there right now because I just bought pens to get my Amazon order up to $25 to get same-day shipping on the first batch of wires that Charlie chewed up, the first one that I found. Before I knew that he chewed up all the other wires, and I could have had same-day shipping because I needed to order a whole bunch of wires. Anyway, so I ordered some pens, and they were $6, so I have $14 sitting in there right now. So I'm only going to actually probably end up putting $6 in there. But I budget $20 every month. Charlie, leave him alone. Leave him. Leave him. He really loves torturing that cat. Anyway, that is a variable expense total of $440, leaving me $120 to come up to my savings goals. My savings goals for this week, I put $10 in a sinking fund for taxes. This is for my tax prep software that because I have this channel, and I do make money on this channel. Tyler, honey, is this fascinating? Tyler is really interested in supervising my filming today. He doesn't really ever normally join me, but I think I've started putting his cat bed up here on this table to help him escape Charlie, and this is where his bed has been. Not his bed, but his this little scratch pad that's round, and he uses it as a bed instead of a scratch pad because he's weird. But anyway, so I think he's looking for his bed, which is right over there. You could go lay in it. Anyway, taxes, because y'all are awesome and watch my videos and leave me comments. I am monetized, and I don't make a ton of money, but every penny is amazing, and I appreciate y'all so much. And because of that, I do have to file my taxes. Now, I don't make enough to where it affects my taxes, really from my full-time job, but it is enough to where I have to report them. So I pay for tax prep software, and this just $10 a month will pay for my tax prep software. Amazon Prime, I have an Amazon Prime membership that I split with Nathan, who is my landlord slash friend slash roommate. He owns the house. I rent a room from him. We've lived together for 12 years, 10, 11, I don't know. We've lived together for a very long time. We've lived together so long that Amazon used to allow you to split a membership with family and friends. They don't anymore, but we're grandfathered into the old one. So this is me saving for my half of our membership that we have together. And then YNAB, as I mentioned, I use a digital cash stuffing app, and it is called YNAB. It is a membership. It is a paid membership, and I had it fully funded, but then I pulled that money to cover some overspending, and honestly, I can't remember what that was now. I can't remember what that was now, but 324 will get me back to where I need to be. It's not due until April of 2026, I believe, is when that membership will come out. So it's not urgent at all, that 324. And then I am trying to catch up on my emergency fund. So I've only been putting $50 a month in my emergency fund, but to get it to my goal of having $2,000 in there by the end of the year, I need to put like $110 a month now going forward. So I'm adding another $100 in for this month. So that is a savings total of $119.48. That leaves me $52 cents. I am calling that zeroed out. I'm just going to not roll that 52 cents over to week 2. I'm going to call this a zeroed out budget. I guess I could put $100.52 into my emergency fund. So we're going to call this zeroed out, and we're going to go to week 2 and start week 2 as if it were week 1 of July, because this was originally going to be my week 1. So week 2 of July goes from July the 4th to July the 10th. So it goes from the 4th of July to my birthday. This is a fantastic week. So I have 3 days off, not including the weekend that's in here. This is going to be a great week. This week includes clothes. This week includes all the holidays. So I am anticipating a paycheck, $2,371.22. I have only received one paycheck so far with my raise, and that is the amount that it was. I'm assuming that is what they will be going forward, but the way my job does it, sometimes they're like off a little bit, so I don't know that it will be this exact amount. But because my July budget starts on this coming Friday, I had to get this budget set up, so I'm assuming that's what it will be. So $2,371.22 is my only income for this week, and the only bill that I have due this week is my Aflac. Y'all, I got an email from Aflac saying they had a security breach, and then I saw it on the news, but hopefully everything's okay. There's been so many security breaches. I'm pretty sure my social security number has been stolen like 16 times this year already. I don't know what to do, but I have monitoring and all that stuff, so I guess somebody will tell me when somebody else is trying to use my information. But whatever. I have Aflac. I have a cancer policy with them that I pay for by myself. I do have a couple of other policies, like a hospital indemnity plan and a long-term disability plan and whatnot I pay through for my work. But this cancer policy I pay for myself. That is $37.57 every month. And that is my only bill that is due this week. That leaves me $2,333.65. To come down to my variable expenses, I have my 5 normal that I spoke about: dining out, groceries, fun, coffee, and ecclesial. Those will be every week. These are the reason that I do weekly budgeting instead of bi-weekly budgeting, even though I get paid by every week. And I know I've said this many times, but I know that some of y'all are new. Welcome again. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoy this content. This is the reason, because I found when I tried to do bi-weekly budgeting, I'd get my paycheck and I'd budget out $100 for dining out, $250 for groceries for the next 2 weeks. I'd go spend $100 in the first week, and then I would have no money for the next 2 weeks. I'd go spend $100 on dining out this weekend. I'd go buy a nice steak dinner or something, and then I'd be out of money for the next 2 weeks. I'd have no money for dining out, and I'd be miserable. Groceries, I'd go do a big old Costco haul, and like buy all the stuff, but then I would have no money to like go pick up the fresh bread and the fruits and the vegetables and the stuff I needed for the next 2 weeks because I spent it all this week. But I found just using the exact same amount of money and limiting myself to $125 this week and $125 next week is the same amount of money, but telling myself I can only spend so much this week and so much next week worked better for my brain. That's what works for my brain. Everybody works differently though. Some people don't have that problem. If they can just say, okay, I have $150, $250, it's going to last me these 2 weeks, and they can make it last 2 weeks. So personal finance is personal. You have to find the way that works for you. This is the way that works for me, and that's why I do it this way. So those 5 you will see on every single week. And then I have self-care. Self-care and gas are the 2 that you will see on every single paycheck week. Self-care used to be $25. I gave myself a raise because I have been super stressed out at work, and I did just get a raise, so I decided that I was allowed to give myself a raise for self-care. I'm very, very bad at giving myself self-care. I need to get better at doing my nails or getting my hair cut or going and getting, just going and treating myself to a drink or something. I need to get better at this. I am not very good at it. I don't handle stress very well. I internalize it all and then I just kind of explode and then it goes away. But I need to get better at this. So I'm giving myself a raise and I'm going to try to find something that I want to do. I was doing float spa, but I canceled that membership because I'm going on a cruise. So I don't want to have a float spa membership and a cruise. That's just, I can't justify that much. And that's more than, actually, it is $100 a month, but I don't want to spend all of my self-care money on that. But anyway, I need to find something that I can do that I enjoy that's good for self-care, like a massage or something. Again, more than $100, but I mean, if I do that every couple of months, that would be good. I need to do something for myself. I don't know, we'll figure it out. And then $25 for gas. I work from home. I drive a Kia Soul. I don't spend a lot of money on gas. $25 every other week is plenty for me. Every once in a while, I'll go slightly over, but really never more than just a couple of bucks. And I pull that from stuff I forgot to budget for from another category where I didn't spend it, and it's fine. And then I am putting $100 in my birthday fund. That is so I can go get my donuts and my nails done on my birthday and treat myself. Here comes Tyler again. Oh my goodness, guys. It's like you've never seen me do anything with this book before. I do it all the time. So here we go with my beginning of the month sinking funds. So Amazon Prime and YNAB are definitely sinking funds, but I know I didn't have room for them all on this page, so we are here. Okay, these are all my sinking funds. I'm sure most of you are familiar with sinking funds, but in case you are not, in case you are just figuring out, checking out budgeting, seeing if it's something that you want to get into, starting a budget for yourself, a sinking fund is where you set aside just a little bit of money every single month, every single week, however you want to do it, however works for your budget, so that way when you have an expense come up every year, every month, every 6 years, however often it's going to come up, but you know it's going to happen, you have that money saved. I remember the very first time I had that money saved, it was my car registration and inspection, the money for that. I was so excited to have that money. My car registration was due in October. I went at the beginning of the month, I got my car inspected, I got my car registered, and I had my new registration sticker on my car at the very beginning of October, and that was the first time I had ever done that. Normally it was the end of the month. I was scrambling, trying to figure out where I was going to come up with that $100 to go get my car inspected and get my car registered, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it, and it was right after I started using YNAB. That was the first sinking fund I ever did because I think I started in like July. It was in summertime, and I knew my registration was coming up, so I started that sinking fund. October happened, and I just went and got my car registered, and the feeling of I felt like such an adult. I felt like this is how money is supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to do finances. You're just supposed to have money set aside to pay your bills. Oh, that's how it works. That's what a sinking fund is. So now I do that for all the things. So car maintenance, I put $25 a month away. This is mostly for toll bills. Right now, car washes, because my car is newer. I just bought it in the very, 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 very end of August. So I think it was actually the beginning of September, but technically my sticker says August. I put $50 a month away for clothes, $50 a month away for vacation. My passport is not due till 2029, but I set aside $1.77, so that way when it is due, I have $150 saved. Mission Lane is a credit card. Mission Lane and Capital One are both credit cards with annual fees, so I set aside a little bit a month for them when the annual fee is done. My mom's birthday is in February, and I really, really love to treat people that I love. That's my love language. And I've said this before, I have no desire in life to be rich. That has never been a goal for me. I mean, if somebody wanted to leave me millions of dollars, I wouldn't be mad, I don't think, but that's not my goal. My goal is to live comfortably without worrying about it and to be able to treat the people that I love. That is what I want to do. So for my mom's birthday every year, I like to take my mom, my niece, and my nephews out for a meal. So I saved $25 a month so that I can do that. We're not fancy people. We went to Olive Garden this last year. That's what my mom wanted to do. I have a P.O. box for this channel. I set aside $13 a month so that I can pay for it. Though I did just get a notification from USPS that all the P.O. boxes are going up next year, so I don't know what it will be. Maybe I should raise this. I don't know. They just sent that. I have no idea what it will be. Walmart Plus membership is $9.23 a month. I have this for me and my mom. My mom lives out in the country, and they do deliver to her. They can deliver her groceries. She's 78 years old. It's really hard for her to get in and out. She is on home health. She can technically drive, but she should not drive. And it's really hard for her to get in and out of her car. So they deliver her prescriptions. They deliver her groceries, and I keep that. I use it every once in a while, but mainly I use it for my mom. Capital One, again, that's that card with a membership fee. Planet Fitness is my gym. They have a monthly fee, and then they also have an annual fee. Ice Ball is the Big Brother Big Sister annual gala, fundraising gala, and I am upping my membership, my donation. Well, I'm not upping my donation. I'm upping what I'm saving this month to $75 because the gala is in August, so I need to start getting serious about saving. So it's going to be $75 instead of $50 this month. Wine Ladies, I have a group of friends, and every month we buy cakes for the birthdays for the people whose birthday it is that month, and everybody contributes $20 a year. So this is me saving for my $20. Editing software is the software I use to make these videos. $5.57 a month is what I put away. Costco, I fixed it, is $5.34. Registration, this again for my car registration, I set aside $5 a month. It's not due until 2026, so I guess starting next year I'll have to start saving $10 a month. And then Find Me Gluten Free is an app that I use because I have celiac, so I use the paid version of this app, and that is $1.92 that I set aside every month. That is a savings total of $279.81 this week. Oh my goodness, here comes another squeaky toy. He just keeps going and pulling all the toys out, leaving me $1,573.84 to bring down to my debt total. So these aren't debt. There's more savings. I just don't have enough lines in my savings. So that's great. I love that. I'm gonna drink some more tea. I pay my mom's and my car insurance, and I've been trying to pay ahead if I can. So I save $100 every month for my car insurance and for mom's car insurance. And then I have 3 great nibblings. My baby Joe is 2 years old, so I save $2 every week for him. That is $4 every paycheck. My baby Jet is 1 year old, so I save $1 every week for him. That is $2 every paycheck. And my sweet Ellie is just about 4 months old, so I save $1 every week for her. That is $2 every paycheck. And that is a total for this section of $208, leaving me $1,365.84 to roll to week 2. This will be the longest page. They will go much faster from here on out. Actually, I think the next page literally has nothing on it. Nope, it's not this one. It's the next one after this one. It has nothing on it. So the only income I am anticipating for July the 11th through July the 17th is that rollover, $1,365.84. I have a OneDrive membership that is due on the 15th. That is $10.81. That is for my my Office 360 and my OneDrive storage. YouTube Premium, I have a family plan that is $24.89. That covers my 2 channels. And then I have 5. I can use 5 channels on there. So I have my 2 channels. Nathan has a channel. And then I just have 2 channels that aren't being used because there's only 2 of us. Kia Soul, this is my car. It is due on the 17th, $485.25. And then Planet Fitness, this is my gym membership. That is $27.11. That is a bill total of $548.06. Leaving me $817.78 to bring down to my variable expenses. And again, it's just my regular 5: dining out, groceries, fun, coffee, and ecclesial. That's $305 is that total. That leaves me $512.78 to roll into week 4. Yeah, week 4. Oh, we're going through this. We're almost done. We've only got 2 more weeks. Maybe it's August that has a week that doesn't, because I did July and August together. This week goes from July 18th to July 24th. I am rolling over that $512.78, and then I have another paycheck coming in, $2,371.21, and that gives me a total $2,884. Even. That worked out exactly to be an even number. I love that. Okay, I have a music licensing. This is for through my editing software, I pay for the music licensing fee so I can put music in my vlogs. Mattress for, I did also buy mattress for my mom and my nephew. And I only did 24-month interest financing on their mattresses. My mattress has 5-year financing. Their mattress only has 24-month, no interest financing. And I think it's only going to be like $90 a month, not quite $90 a month. And then I was already paying, theirs is like $90 a month minus $79 a month. So the total would be like less than this, but I'm just going to pay $200 a month because I want to get it paid off. I have a Favor membership. This is a delivery service like Uber Eats or what's the other one, DoorDash or something, but it's owned by H-E-B, which is my local grocery store. And it's $10 a month, and then they give you a $10 off your grocery order coupon, so it kind of literally pays for itself. And I have used it a couple of times already this month, this last week. So I do think I might keep it. I'm gonna keep it for this month. It is handy with the puppy. What are you chewing? Whoa, hang on. That does not sound like a toy. Y'all, I'm not gonna say don't get a puppy because they are absolutely worth it. And I adore him. But oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He was ripping the tag off of a pillow. I just heard something ripping and I panicked. It was just the tag off of a pillow, so it's okay. But seriously, this boy. Like, he has 1,000 toys because I have been mentioning how many toys he's pulled out of his bucket. I put the toys away, he pulls the toys out of the bucket. This is like a game we have. And then he still has to chew on all the other things. Anyway, it's okay. So where was I? Favor. I think I just finished talking about Favor. I'm going to keep Favor. Oh, that's what I was saying. I used it because I had the puppies here by myself. Nathan was in California visiting family, and I didn't want to leave the puppies here. I didn't want to keep putting Charlie in his crate. And somebody just commented on yesterday's video saying not to be afraid to put him in his crate. And it's not that I'm afraid to put him in his crate. He does love his crate at bedtime, and if we leave the door open, he'll go in and out of his crate all the time. It's just when the door is closed and we leave, he hates that, and he whines and he howls, and I feel so guilty. I don't know. It's probably it's mom guilt, I guess, which sounds weird because I'm not a mom, like he's a dog, but I just hate it when he's howling and crying like that, and I'm leaving. Especially when I don't have to, like I have. They could just deliver it to me, and it's only going to cost me $5 in a delivery fee, because like H-E-B's around the corner. I'm not going to tip them $20 driving around the corner. But, whatever. Anyway, internet is due on the 23rd. That is $80.55. That is a bill total of $299.53. Leaving me $2,584.47 to come down to my variable expenses. I have my 5 normal, dining out, groceries, fun, coffee, and ecclesial. And then my 2 that I do for Paycheck, self-care for $50, gas for $25. So that is a variable expense total of $380, leaving me $2,204.47. Come up here to my savings. I'm going to be putting $500 toward my cruise. And I'll break that out. If you watch my wind up videos, you know I have like subsections for my booking fees and my what I'm going to need to buy airfare, which I haven't bought yet, and then toward my hotels, which I've booked, but I don't have to pay them until I get there in January. So this is all just going to go into general, and I'll figure out where to put it. And then here again for my great nibblings, Baby Joe gets 4, Jack gets 2, and Ellie gets 2. So that is a savings total of $508, leaving me $1,696.47 to roll into week 5, which is the final week of July. And then the final week of July goes from July 25th to July 31st. So we're actually ending July on the last day of July. And my rollover is $1,696.47. That's the only income I have. I have a Cinemark membership. This is a movie theater. I pay $6.48, and that gets me a movie ticket every other month, 20% off of concessions, no online booking fees. If I buy additional tickets, I get discounts on them. So I think it's a great deal for me, and how I don't see movies very frequently in the theater because I just don't. I like movies, but I'm a homebody. I stay home. Utilities are due on the 29th. That is $120 is what I budget. They're normally around $100. This month they were slightly higher because we painted some sod in the front yard, so we've been watering. So I don't know, this will probably still be a little high for this month too. Rent, I budget $650. I pay $500 worth of rent, and then I pay some bills. Obviously, I pay the utility bill and I pay the internet bill. Nathan pays some bills. He pays the electricity bill. He pays the phone bill, like the cell phone bill. Like, we have a cell phone plan. So I have a phone, and my mom has, oh, look at my nephew. There's a baby with the goat. Anyway, my mom and I both have phone plans on Nathan's family plan with that for him and his kids, because it was just way cheaper to do it that way. And so I pay him for my mom's phone and my phone. Anyway, put it all into an app called Splitwise, and it tells me how much I actually owe him. And it normally ends up being around $600. Sometimes it's a little over $600. So I always budget $650 just to make sure I'm covered. And then he lent me money to pay off my American Express card. So I am paying him back $500 at a time. This will be the second to last one that I owe him. So when I pay him in August, the end of August, he will be paid off. So I'm very excited about that. That'll be another $500 a month that I can put toward my cruise. Yay! Okay. So that is a bill total of $1,276.48, leaving me $419.99. The only things I have for my variable expenses are my 5 every week expenses for dining out, groceries, fun, coffee, and ecclesial. So that is a total of $305, and that leaves me $117.99. So I am just going to put that toward Ice Ball. That's my plan. Just putting that all toward Ice Ball for a donation. So right now, as of right now, today, for Ice Ball, I have enough saved up for my ticket to go to Ice Ball and for my hotel room, because a bunch of us have decided to stay at the Hilton downtown after Ice Ball, because one of our friends who is going to Ice Ball works there at Hilton, and so we can get discounted rooms. I mean, she doesn't work at the Hilton, she works for Hilton corporate, but we get discounts through her for Hilton rooms. So we're going to stay at the Hilton after Ice Ball, because it's just right next to the hotel where Ice Ball is being hosted. And there's some drinking that happens at Ice Ball, so that way we can just hang out till the end of the night and then walk back to our hotel and not have to worry about getting home. Normally we shuttle, like somebody rents a shuttle for us, and that drives us, but this will be easier and more fun. Anyway, so I have that saved, so that everything I save going forward will just be straight up for the donation. Whatever I save will go toward the donation. So I'm very excited to put as much as I can toward it, because that just goes to the kids. Like everything after what I have saved as of today, everything forward goes straight to the children. And I'm very excited for that. So that is it. That's all I have. That zeroes out my budget for the month, and that's the end of the month. I have no more. And then when I start August, I will start with a paycheck. So I won't start with a rollover, which is awesome. It's been a while since I haven't had to start a month with the rollover. And that'll do it. I am very excited for July. I'm excited to have my new pay for a full month. I'm excited to have High, which is my church camp. I'm excited for my birthday. I am not excited for my first close by myself, but I am excited to prove to myself that I can do it. Everybody else believes that I can do it. I need to prove it to myself that I can do it. So I am excited for all of these things. What do you have going on in July? Anything fun coming up for you? I think it's a couple of other people's birthdays. I think a couple of y'all have mentioned birthdays in July. So if it's your birthday, let me know so we can celebrate together. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you can come along with me. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.